In Python, I know that I can define classes and I can create objects of those classes. So if I define a class over here which says, which is like family member, and let's say I have one function inside this, and for that I have to also write the initialize function. So def init, and this function is going to take name of the family member, and I can say that self dot name is equal to name. So this is super simple, right? And inside this I can also have one more function, let's say introduce, and this function is going to is for the introduction of this family member, and I can say self, and I can return hey, and I can return a formatted string I am, and I can say the name. Okay, self.name basically, and this is all good. And if I create an instance of this family member, let's say family member 1 is equal to family member, and I print the, and yes, I need to provide the name of this family member, let's say Akshit, right? And if I print fm1, that is family member 1, I'm using the instance dot introduce, you see I am Akshit. So this is working fine, and like this I can have like as many family members I have in my family, I can define those many instances of this family member class. But this is all okay, this is all good, you can do it. But let's say you are building such an app where, yes, you are building a family member app where you can store all your family members. But you need to understand that in this family member, there can be multiple children, there can be multiple grandparents also. But you need to understand that there will be only one father and one mother. So if I have defined one instance of mother class, I should not be able to create more instances of mother class. Mother should remain one, father should remain one. Or we can say that there should be only one instance of mother and father, because brothers and sisters can be multiple, but mother and father will be one. So for that, we use this design pattern called Singleton. It's not specific to Python, you have it in Java, you can have it in other programming languages also. So let's see how to do that. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to import abstract class from ABC. I'm going to import ABC, which is abstract class, and I'm going to define one class which is like the parent class, and this is called the family member class, and it is going to be an abstract class, right? I'm extending ABC. Okay, so inside this I will have initialize, like init function, which takes the name, right, which takes the name, and self dot name is equal to name. And then inside this class I'm going to have one abstract method. Okay, so abstract method. Okay, and inside this I will have introduce. So this is just an abstract class. Okay, I won't be instantiating this class, I'll have some more subclasses, right? I'll show you. So introduce, and over here I'm going to just say pass for now, because I'm going to definitely implement this function in my children classes, so or inherited classes. Okay, so now I'm going to have two more classes which will be using this family member class as an abstract class. So I'm going to define a class, let's say child class. Okay, child member, like this class is for representing a child member of the family, like a kid. Okay, so I can say kid member. Okay, so that you don't get confused with the child and parent class. Okay, so class kid member, and it is going to take this family member as a parent class. Okay, and inside this I can have a function introduce. Okay, introduce self, and I'm going to say I am, and then I'm going to say self dot name. Okay, so this is all okay, and I can have multiple instances of this kid member, right? But if I define a class which is for representing a father member, now this is also going to take family member as a parent class, but inside this I'm going to have a variable called instance. Okay, because I need to maintain that state of that instance, and if I have created an instance of father, then that instance should be saved in that variable, and I should not be able to create more instances of father. I hope you get it. So inside this, I'm having a like a protected variable instance, and initially it will be none. Okay, and then I'm going to have some functions. Like first function will be whenever I'm trying to create a new object. Okay, so inside this, if so I'm going to check this instance. If it is none, then I can create a new instance. Okay, so if cls dot instance is equal to none or is none, okay, then I can create a new instance of this father class, else I cannot. So, and yes, the new instance I'll be storing, or I'll be updating this instance variable. So cls dot instance is equal to, I'll refer my parent class, so I'll use super dot new, and I'll provide the CLS. Okay, so this is going to create a new instance of my father member class, and my instance will be saved. If not, I'm going to return. But if already an instance exists, right? If it is not none, then I'm going to return CLS dot instance. Okay. So whenever I'm trying to create a new object of this father member. If the instance already exists, return it. If not, then you can create a new instance, and I'll have def init. This is for the first time when I'm trying to create the father member object, and this is for the new objects. So for the first time, I'll check if not has attribute self comma initialized. Just a second, initialized. Okay, then I'm going to say super dot, I can call the init function, and yes, I can provide the name. Okay, and then I can say self dot initialized is equal to true. That means the instance is initialized. Okay, but if not, then I can create an instance. So that is what I'm doing over here, and then I can have I can implement the abstract method, which is for introduction of this member, and this is great. So what I can do is, now I can try to create object of kid member. So kid member 1 is equal to kid member, and I can provide the name of the member. Let's say I'm the kid, right? And if I just run it, I'll just clear it up, and over here I'll also say print km1 dot introduce. Okay, I'll try to run it. I'm Akshit, right? And if I just create another kid member object, I should not get any issue. Let's say Raj. If I just save it, if I just run it, okay, there is an issue. I'm Akshit. Why this is happening? Okay, k1 k2 dot introduce, and I can just clear it. I will run it again. I'm Akshit, I'm Raj. So there is no problem in creating multiple instances of kid member class. But now if I try to create father member is equal to father member, and let's say father name is Sham, and if I try to introduce this family member, father member, so f1 dot introduce, this should not be an issue, right? This should not be an issue. I just clear it, I run it, and this is okay. But now if I try to create another father member 1, father member 2, and if I just say Dhaval, and if I just try to print the second one, f1 fm2, if I just save it, if I clear it, run it, and you see, even if I try to create a new father member, it used the previous instance itself. So it is not going to break, right? It will not throw any exception. You can throw an exception, but it will not fail because we handled it by using the instance which is already created. Okay, right over here. So that's how singleton design patterns work in Python. And whenever you are creating such an application where you need to create one instance of a class, let's say logger, okay, a logger is going to remain the same. The object of the logger is going to remain the same throughout your app session. So you can create a logger instance when your app starts, okay, and you can use it throughout. Like this, there can be multiple classes of which you only want one instance throughout the app session. So for those use cases, the singleton design pattern is important. I hope you enjoyed this video. Till the next video, keep coding, keep innovating, and thanks a lot.